Morning Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, and you probably already know we lost 4-2 to Barcelona last night, but you know what? I'm pretty happy, man. I'm pretty happy. I thought it was actually a very good performance. We'll get on to why we lost in a minute. But when I saw the team lineup come out, I thought, oh no, here we go. Darren Sanchez at the back. It was kind of a bit of a B team flavour about it. Ange said afterwards he just wanted to get some minutes into a lot of these players' legs because we've got to be ready on Saturday for Brentford. That's when we get going. So I was a bit trepidatious when the team line out came out, and then I was even more worried after we let an early goal in. I mean, that's just one of those things. Porro was a bit out of position, I guess, but you know, you're going to let a goal in from time to time. That's football. But unlike last season, where we would just then collapse, and it would be like the foundations of the whole team are crumbling, we held firm, and we did more than that. We actually dominated for large periods of that game last night, playing out from the back. I mean, crikey. That's the sort of thing that would make me clench a bit last year. But last night, or this morning, we were playing ourselves out of trouble, and then poof, all of a sudden the ball would be up with midfield, and Basuma running the game, running the shop, bossing the midfield. Basuma was absolutely awesome last night. Who else was awesome? Well, bloody Davison Sanchez, man. Running back and putting in really well-timed tackles and blocks. I'm not saying, oh, keep him now, all is forgiven, but, you know, if he does well, you've got to give him a bit of credit. So he was good as well. Other defensively, Pedro Porro, I thought, apart from the goal, was pretty good. He was putting in tackles. Reguilon was far more suspect, but again, I'm not worried about that because we've got Udogie there, who's a bit more of a defensive player than Reguilon. Better than him and go forward as well. Perisic was amazing. How many times was he knocking it into the box? Decent crosses. Ollie Skip. The midfield was a bit weird for me. Lo Celso and Skip, maybe it's just because I was watching it on a small screen, they didn't really stand out to me. It was more Basuma. But Skip scored a couple of great goals. The second one, the header, was wonderful. Running in late for a cross and bang, picked that one out. So the first half, I was really happy. We went in 2-1 up. And as well as playing out from the back, we weren't giving Barcelona a chance on the ball at all. It seemed like every time they got it, we were winning the ball very high up the pitch. We weren't losing the ball that much. We did lose it a couple of times, but no big deal there. And then along comes the second half, and it was kind of more of the same. I mean, the reason I think we lost was because Ange was treating it like a I think he was treating it like a fitness game, get more minutes into their legs. Whereas Barcelona just wanted to win, and so they made some late substitutions, brought on a whole load of fresh legs at the front, including the one new kid. I think he was 16 or 17 years old. You know, so and we kept the bulk of our team the same. So those fresh legs really did us in the end. Overall, I have to say I'm again not impressed with Eric Dyer. A lot of hospital passes, man. There was a lot of hospital passes, and he seemed about 10 minutes from the end. Him and Lo Celso, tired. Maybe they were tired, or they were just taking their foot off the gas. They were easing up a little bit too much for my liking. And it was a shame to lose 4-2 because I don't know what the stats are of the game. I don't care, but we seemed to have an awful lot of the ball, and for a lot of the game, looked like we were going to win the made-up cup of the week, the one that they just got from a trophy store and sprayed a bit of gold paint on it. I thought that was in our hands, but no, it's exciting times. Exciting times. I mean, we're just looking more and more comfortable. We're looking like we can actually play football, which sounds like a weird thing to say, but it is exciting. Lots of triangles around the place, playing out of trouble. Basuma was amazing. Solomon was a bit quieter last night. Pedro Porro was a bit quiet. He's okay going forward, but it was like the strength of the team was greater than the sum of its parts, if you know what I mean. It was our B team, or in my mind, more of our B team than our A team. But as a unit, look, we looked pretty good. It was, I guess, it was similar to the second half against West Ham or Lion City Sailors when we had the sort of B team come on in the second half, and they looked better as a team. Maybe not so good individually, but as a team they seem to click together more. So we got a lot of that last night, but not cracking under pressure, taking the game to them, tiring them out. They had no alternative to make substitutions. We kept on going because we're fit. We're fit. Ange has got them going fit, and I'm very excited about the season. I can't remember being this sort of excited about a 4-2 loss, but there was so much in it that was really good stuff that we can all take a lot of heart from it. And Ange said in his press conference afterwards, we've got no choice. We've got to be ready for Sunday. We've got to be ready for Brentford. And if this is anything to go by, I know our pre-season has been a bit truncated and a bit sloppy and a bit all over the place, and we haven't had as many games as other teams. But on the other hand, you can have too many games in pre-season. Some of them have played like 7 or 8 games. They're going to be bloody knackered come February, let alone March, April, May at the sticky end. Whereas I think our sloppy planning will play into our hands a little bit, and we'll be all fresh like a bunch of daisies at the end of it. So there's a lot to look at. Vicario made a good couple of saves, some very good saves actually. Needs to maybe know where his goal is. He was touching a few behind that were going out anyway, but he kept. I don't think he was really to blame for the goals we let in. He did some really fantastic saves as well. And onwards and upwards for the weekend. That's we've only got a few days to go. Ange will be making his last-minute preparations. I wonder if Van der Ven will be in the starting 11. Won't that be exciting? That'll give us a bit of confidence at the back. But yeah, a lot to look forward to as a Spurs fan. Very, very entertaining football. Well done, boys. I'm looking to see how this translates into the league. And all those people that says, "Oh, Ange Postecoglou he's got no Premier League experience. Oh, he's untested. What a load of old tosh. What a load of old tosh. He's going to take to it like a duck takes to water." And we'll find out how good we are on Sunday when we take on the Bees. Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest football club the world has ever seen. We take on the Bees and we're going to be bee annihilators. That's what we are, man. So until next time, folks, great performance. Up the Spurs. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Go on, you Spurs.